Well, here we are again, folks. We're in our fourth setting on the book of Titus. And when I name these, they may be named Titus 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, but that's probably what they'll be. Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. But these are lessons that are not easy. These are not lessons that are easy for you to receive. You're not going to receive them well. Jesus said, they don't like me, and if you follow me, they're not going to like you either. You know something? If you follow me, Jesus said, people aren't going to like what you say. Now, there is going to be a group of people out there that will like it. You know what that group of people is going to be? That's going to be a group of people who are interested in following God. If you're interested in following God, you will face on and say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Do you argue with a judge when you stand before a judge and then he or she says that ticket, mister, will be $155, bang, cost of court. 2. What do you say? You don't say one word. You turn around, you go over there, the bailiff gets you by the he takes you out to the pay desk and you pay. And if you don't pay, he sticks a handcuff on your hand and takes you over there and locks you up in the clinker until you can get somebody to bring that amount of money down there and pay it. Now, if you're in that position, if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. If the judge has slammed you this morning or this afternoon or tonight or whenever it is, you look at this, wear that shoe. Now let's read verse 6. Verse 6, it said, if any be blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accused of riot or unruly. Now, that's not, I always read that, and it's kind of funny. I read that this person was not to be riotous or unruly, but that's not what he's saying here. He's saying that a person has raised their children not riotous or unruly. I covered that earlier, back in chapter 2, verse 2, about sparing the rod and spoil your child. If you have a riotous child, he can cause a reproach on your life that you can't hardly live down. Now, I know I raised 6 children. By the way, I'm one of 6 children in my family, and my daddy was a preacher, and I was a riotous child until I was 30 years old. I gave my daddy heartache and fits. He tried building it up, I tried tearing it down. I did something very unusual. There was a time when my daddy handed me a Bible. I think I was about 19 or so. And you know what I did? A brand new Bible, he handed it to me. I tore it in half and threw it back at him. Well, you say you don't deserve to be saved. No, I don't. I'm not saved because I deserve to be saved. I'm saved because Jesus Christ died on the cross for all of those that are like me, that did the same thing, that have spit on the Bible. I had Bibles in the jail before, and I heard about somebody using a Bible for some toilet paper and that. And you know what? The necessity was there, I guess. But I didn't fault that guy for that. I got him another Bible. So listen, there are times we'll do things that we shouldn't do. But you know what? God forgives us. My daddy forgave me. And later on in life, he and I got together. And I went to him and I said, Daddy, I done got saved now. I want to get this right with you. All those things that I did when I was a child, I want to get right with. I want to tell you. Forgive me, would you? And he said, yeah, son, I never held it against you. I never held it against you anyway. And God doesn't hold things against us either once we ask him to forgive us. Now, if we don't ask him to forgive us, he don't hold it against us either, but there's a rule. This is a rule. Right here. There are stop signs in this Bible. If you pass through a stop sign in this Bible and God smites your heart and you don't make it right, you're going to get a ticket in the mail. And when you do, don't cry about it. Don't holler about it. Don't say, man, why has God done this to me? God didn't do it to you. You're the one that ran through. You're the one that was in contempt of court. Now, how do you get into contempt of court? Don't take care of it when you're supposed to. Eat crow while it's hot. Take care of it while you're supposed to. You know, I had to go. I've been preaching, teaching now 40 years, I've been in the Bible now, roughly 40, well, since 1972. And I said something to a lady. She said something about somebody who was going to come do some work on her house. And I made a little remark. And that remark I made was not polite, not nice, and was not nice to the man that I made it about. So Sunday I ran him down in church. And I said, hey, brother. I went right up to him, took his hand, put my hand around his neck, hugged his neck, and I said, hey, let me tell you something. I said something this week that wasn't nice or polite about you, and I want you to forgive me for it if you would. He said, Brother Peter, I appreciate that. You don't know how I appreciate that, you telling me that, and I will forgive you. But that's what he was looking for. He's looking for somebody real, and I have to be real. If I'm going to sit in front of this machine and talk to you folks, I have to be real. When God smites my heart because I ran my mouth, it'd be better for me to cut my tongue off sometime than to let it flop out and hang in the middle and wag on both ends. And that's the problem with us human beings, especially here in America. We want our tongues hung in the middle and wagged on both ends. Just spits this stuff out on a constant daily basis, just spitting it out. And we hurt people. You can kill a man with your tongue. I read in one of the Proverbs I read this month. I read a proverb every day. One of the Proverbs I read this month, it said the tongue killeth. You kill a man with your tongue. So be careful. Now he's talking about being blameless. A husband and one wife having faithful children that are not accused of being riotous. It said, for a bishop must be blameless as the steward of God, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, temperate, holding fast the faithful word, as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gangsayer. Who was the gangsayer? The gangsayer was the man in the church that was there for other reasons. Now there are men in the church, by the way, that come in just to get a woman. There are women in the church that come to just get a man. There are people in the church that come for many, many various reasons other than to hear the gospel. They come to make sure that they can make their own life and their own stuff to be what they want it to be. And then, listen, well, I don't want to go too far here, but I've been in 2 or 3 churches, and I've seen in church, I've seen it happen. I've seen persons that the only time they ever came to church was when they were between mates. They would come to church, get one, and in a little while they'd haul that one out of church. It wouldn't be in church, or she wouldn't be in church anymore until the marriage was broke up, if there was a marriage, and usually there's not one. It becomes a union, and then they can't talk to God. Next thing you know, it's all hell's broke loose in their life, and they've got nothing. So now they come crying back to the church, and they seek out advice from everybody. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. We waste more time trying to help people who can't be helped than you can count. Because you know a man that comes in that condition and says, help me, but he's going to do the same thing all over again, or she's going to do the same thing all over again, can't be helped. You can't help that kind of person. There are people with that character, and they can maintain that character, and they don't intend on turning 360 degrees. They do not intend on turning around. And if they don't turn around, there's no help for them. I waste more time. I have wasted more time. You won't believe the time I have wasted with people. And then the person with the wine, I've wasted time with them. I've wasted time with them. And then the person you talk to, he says, I want to teach Sunday school. I want to do this, I want to do that. What do you think, Brother Peter? I said, I think that would be fine. But first, I think you need to get your life cleaned up. What do you mean, Brother Peter? Well, I heard you was a pretty good liar. Well, a little white lie never hurt nobody. Oh, yes, it did.